email you back, Amanda. Basically,
Oh,
I tried to keep my argument really broad and basic so that it would be pretty easy to play off of.
oh yeah.
I didn't get super specific. I just kind of did like the big cons of punishment and sort of how they relate to the ethics code. I didn't get real specific.
Yeah, that was perfect. I read it. I got a chance to read it this morning, and I was reading it a little bit last night. It was like about like almost 2:00 my time, so I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to go to bed. But yeah, I can get that done Saturday, so I'll add that to it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and if there's anything you want me to add to mine to make what you've already done more like applicable, I could also do that.
Okay.
I did ask the professor for an extension just since we did get a new person, but she hasn't emailed me back. Just
Probably gonna be a couple days.
I know, but I figured I'd let you guys know.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you for emailing her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You want me to do anything specific?
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Making you a stater with me. There's going to be like a pro stater and an anti-stater, and we were thinking maybe that you could do one of those.
Okay.
We're kind of just now like getting it together. We have a Google Doc.
Add her
we were
to it.
adding to.
Let me add her to the Google Doc too.
And so real quick, I have just, because I did the mediator section and I was trying, because in introduction, I was trying to introduce everybody. I have, just making sure this is right. Heather is the prover and Mary is the attacker for the pro. And then who's the stater for the pro side?
That's, I guess we would need to figure that out between Sarah and Michaela, correct?
Okay, Michaela, you should be able to see the Google Doc.
Okay.
I can be the pro stater. That's fine. You can write me in there. I see where you're writing.
Gotcha. And then is Michaela okay doing anti-punishment?
Stater, yeah.
Stater?
Is it Kayla or Michaela?
Michaela.
Welcome to the group.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Welcome.
One thing too, like once we turn this in, she could like have us omit things too. You know, look some outline and stuff.
Because I feel like we have is basically kind of what we wrote, kind of just what we're saying. Is that kind of almost our transcript, or you don't think quite yet?
I mean, I think for me, I'll probably end up writing more for a transcript.
Okay.
Just like everything. But I get what you're saying because it is like in paragraph form.
And I think we could, I mean, I know when I add to Daniel's stuff, but I'm sure that we'll have to like fluff it up to make it a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I read somewhere that the outline only had to be 1 to 2 pages. So I think we're.
Oh, really? Oh my God.
I think, because there was like, did you guys see because if you go into this week's module, there's a rubric for it. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Now that one, like it said, like, okay, it needs to be more detailed and stuff like that. But then I read in the syllabus, I think last night or a couple nights ago, it was like, oh, you need to submit an outline that's 1 to 2 pages. I was like, yay. So I think we're pretty safe with it, but hopefully, because it even said in the syllabus, like this is more so for us, not just for like the assignment. So.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely will have more to say on the topics that I put in the outline, but I think the outline is a pretty good representation of like what I'm going to say. It'll just be expanded on a little bit.
Yeah.
We definitely need to go in there and just like clean it up though, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it needs to be put into like into the right order and cleaned up and.
Did anybody have trouble with like the formatting on Google Docs?
Yeah, I did.
It was, I feel like when I typed it in a Word document, I felt like it was so much easier.
Yeah.
So if you
My
guys
formatting is not good.
yeah, if you guys want, I mean, I could even be the person because I'm going to be adding more to what Daniel's argument was. I can clean it up and put it in a Word document and then submit it on Google just one last time for Saturday night and then submit it Saturday night.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if
Sorry.
you're okay with that, that would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I actually uploaded, I think Heather's in mine outline too.
Yeah,
to
that's what I
Blackboard
was
because
gonna-
it looked better than, you know.
Yeah, and I feel like it would, even if I got yours and Heather's and I just copy and pasted that and like, or copy and pasted to that,
Yeah.
and then like have the Google Doc, like I'd rather just, because even when I wrote mine out, it made so much more sense and all the outline and everything. And then as soon as I pasted it, it was like
Yeah.
all the formatting was up, and then there was like a million different fonts and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
If you're okay with that, that would be really awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll let you know if the teacher gives us that extension or not, so you have extra time to do it.
One thing too, like now that I think about it, when we're actually doing this and recording it for the debate, apparently like we have to figure out how to pick, I don't know, how to pull people up who are talking. Does that make sense? Like, you
Yeah.
have to switch between people. So I'll try to research that too. I mean, I don't think it'll be that hard, but
Well, usually the person who's talking is pulled up, right?
Yeah.
really? Oh,
Yeah,
I
you're
guess-
doing Twitch.
Mine is acting differently today than it has in the past, where it only pulls up who I click on.
okay, so maybe that's how you do it then. Let me try that.
I think
Oh,
when
yeah.
I used my
Okay, never mind.
phone I had to click. But
Okay, that's how. Never mind.
Usually, whoever is talking is like big on the screen, and everybody else is
going back and forth from like even you and Mary.
Okay. All right. Cool. So then that's figured out. Because I know one girl I work with, she was like, you have to, allot for the time that you click around. And she said there's a lot of things like your time runs out faster than you think it would. It's kind
Yeah.
of what she told me.
That's what my coworker said as well. He was like, it was hard just to fit it into the 45 minutes.
Yeah. So I think we're pretty good. I think we
So
need to
how our outline turned out, it wouldn't surprise me if 45 minutes isn't hard to fill.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Because-
I think we need to condense it even more. Like specific points that are clearly defined, because I think it probably is longer.
You're probably right.
my back.
I would just rather be too long than too short, I guess.
Exactly.
So I just put as much information as I could find, but if if we start going over, we can work on condensing it.
Well, Mary also mentioned that we still need visuals too, because visuals are
yeah.
There were visuals in a couple of the studies that I found that I'm gonna pull out of those studies. I just didn't put them on the outline yet.
okay.
How do we add that to the?
Google
Do it.
That's why I didn't do it because I forgot.
Like, how do we add it to the debate though?
Oh, I don't know. Can we hold up just a picture? Like, let's print it off and we'll hold it up.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it needs to be part of the video debate or if we just turn it in with our final transcript.
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
That
That's,
makes sense.
Or we could.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't imagine that they want us to hold up a visual wall.
Right?
But I mean, who knows?
Right.
Did anybody see them on the other
No.
debates?
no.
Anything?
You're right.
I even looked up SPCE.
You're positively reinforcing his behaviors there.
I even looked up on YouTube
You're
like
ignoring it.
SPCE 619 to see if there was anything else because I know the examples were short. I wanted to see like a full length, and I didn't see any even on theirs.
Okay.
I couldn't
Yeah.
find any on YouTube either.
So I wonder
What?
You're on YouTube.
I mean, I feel like everyone did a really excellent job of finding resources and making their arguments. So I feel like we're probably ahead of where we're expected to be at this point.
Yeah.
I
Especially
think we have a lot of information.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like I want to clean it up to like know like there's 3 points I'm making and I know what they are.
Right.
Right.
And then I'm like being a stater, you know, so I got to know when I come in and when I need to talk and what to say against your guys' things.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, Sarah, you're the stater for the pro punishment side, right?
yes.
I'm wondering if that's where you should like define the positive and negative, like start out with that. Or if you would like me to start off with that, I'm the mediator, or
Well, I don't really care. I can help you, but it could be in the introductions, or me and Michaela can state those.
yeah. Maybe I could start on it and then you can look at it or something like that. I'm not sure.
I can like add stuff to it too if you want me to. It doesn't matter who says it. I know like Michaela is new into this too, so we kind of like, I feel like we need to let her know what she's doing too.
Yeah, I'm just listening. Does the stater like actually summarize what was talked about?
Like at the end, I thought that they had to do like a conclusion too. Like these are the points that this person is making.
Yeah.
Like so after.
Right. So the stater looks like you're responsible for stating the position taken by the group. So basically, like summarizing up what everybody said.
Yeah.
Like
So
caps of everything. Yeah.
well, I would do it for the pro side. So after Heather may have their conversation or whatever, I would be like, these are the points that Heather made. These are the points that Mary made. Kind of like a summarize. That's what I'm getting anyways. Like something.
Okay, we'll do. So I'll do the define the positive and negative thing as the introduction then.
Okay, and then maybe Michaela can do that. Maybe I'll try and add that in here somewhere.
I'll make a private.
Yeah, make a private.
Well, okay. And I'm just reading, like I said, my coworker's transcript. Now they didn't do a formal, they did an informal.
Mm-hmm.
But like he says a lot. Like he's like, "Good morning, thank you for tuning in our debate. This is what the debate talks about. We consider 3 arguments. Before we can debate on the arguments for or against, I think it. Yeah, and then I think it even says like, I mean, I don't know if we're supposed to do this. Even if you guys want me to add it to the outline as well when I clean it up a little bit. But it has like the list of people and like where they're from.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you guys thought that we were already going to run out of time, I don't know if we need.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm like,
Like
I
I
don't
said,
think
we can be like Sarah French, the stater, like, and just give
Okay.
everyone's name and their position. Like, I don't know if we need to go into that much time now.
yeah.
They may have.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessary. I mean, I think that was that's probably just like a personal preference that they chose.
Okay.
Or maybe to kill time.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a time when you guys want to schedule one of these sessions where we actually try like a run through of the debate soon, or like where we all block off maybe more time than we have for these past ones.
Yes.
Because it seems like to figure out the structure, we're gonna need like
A practice.
we're probably gonna be on here longer than we have been
Oh yeah.
in these past meetings.
Like, do you want to do that next week at our 8 o'clock meeting? We can try to run through. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I can do that.
I
Or
mean, whenever works for everybody. I'm thinking like we have so much information in that outline that really what we need to start doing is like breaking down how we're going to present it. Like Heather was saying, like how that's actually going to look, like which points we're going to make and how much time we're actually covering.
So like, so wait, do actually do a run through?
Sort of.
Yeah. 'cause
Or like a, like sort of like a rehearsal where we kind of start putting, okay, this is when this person talks, so we can start putting together just like an outline of the actual debate.
Yeah,
I think that's what we need to figure out for the outline that needs to be turned in. Like, I don't know if it necessarily needs to be in all the detail, like word for word of what we're going to be talking. I think we need to focus more on figuring out when everybody's going to talk. I think that would be more helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be really helpful.
Yeah.
So should that be what, like, before we turn in our outline, should that be what each of us does on the Google Doc next, is start putting together like a format?
before we turn it in?
Yeah,
Or-
if we get the extension, we have a week.
Oh
so
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We could do that.
like we could work on the format and then talk about the format in our next meeting next week and then turn it in the following, if we get that extension to next weekend, we could, then we could have it we could work on the format throughout this week.
So like actually put it to what order people are going to talk and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I feel like I can't find it right now, but didn't we need to also put like how much time each thing was going to take?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did, and I left blanks of that in the mediator section. Like the stater will have so many minutes to state the points, followed by the prover. I feel like I kind of almost did that, at least for me, when I thinking of it, like when everybody's going to talk. It's on the first page under the mediator section of the Google.
Yeah,
If you guys see
that was broken down on there, like the order of things. So I think we just need to figure out like what everyone's going to say in those times and how much time we think that'll take.
Mm-hmm.
Just like insert our information into those blanks and like where it goes.
Right.
A really good format, so we just need to put stuff in it.
Right. But I think if Amanda's going to put together the final outline to turn in, it would be really helpful if over the next like week before our next meeting, we all kind of helped break that down so it doesn't all fall on one person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can clean it up. Like I can just make sure like all the references are together. Like I said, all the font and stuff like that. I don't have but like, I mean, are we supposed to, for like time wise, like are we supposed to like say what we're going to say out loud and be like, okay, well that took me like 5 minutes to say all that. Is that like kind of what we need?
I think when we run through it, we should do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do you think we need that for the outline? I wasn't sure. I can't
I don't-
remember.
I don't think for the outline we do. I think
Okay.
we might be overthinking the outline a
Yes,
little.
I think so too.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause it's like 13 pages already. Anybody see
I
that?
think for the outline, we need to focus more on like the order of who's going to say what and what information is going to be included versus like the details of that information. If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Like this person is going to speak and they're going to make these 3 points and then the next person's going to speak. I think it can be really simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think what we have in the outline is great, but I think a lot of that will end up being in the transcript rather than the outline.
Then the outline, yeah, definitely. So we should use that format in the next week and put our stuff in condensed versions in that format. And then we'll go over it when we meet next time and kind of time it.
I think that sounds like a really good plan.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I just wanted to talk ahead. I think ours is due the 16th of July.
Yeah, we're the last ones.
Okay.
That doesn't sound right. Like everything.
Well, I think we can always. Can we basically record it anytime, but we just submit it?
That was going to be my next question.
I was
Like,
gonna say, we ran into that problem with my last group. We were also the last ones, but we didn't realize until like last minute that everybody's needed to be due. Like we needed to record it by the certain date, and then we just recorded it to Blackboard, which was the last Blackboard. So I think we need to make sure that we have that figured out.
That makes sense.
Because we had to ask for an extension because we didn't know that, we thought we had till the end of the class, but really everybody needed to submit it at the same time. So we're kind of struggling because we thought we had longer time than we actually did. So
because I think, well, if you look at the syllabus, it's actually really confusing.
Mhm.
I was thinking about emailing the professor because it even says like there's like 2 different paragraphs every single week that talks about the debate. Like one part says, let me see if I can bring it up.
Well, one part, like one person turns it in and everybody else has to like respond to it on Blackboard.
Exactly. So I feel like, and then it says like, oh, well, one group turns it in this week. And then the next week after that, it says the next group turns it in that week. So I think it's turned in at the end, but maybe not. But I don't mind recording it.
And doing it sooner.
Yeah, I don't either. Just to get
I'd
it.
rather get it done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And plus, if we have so much done now, it's not going to be that much of an issue.
Yeah.
And it would be cool just to be done with it.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about it for
Right.
4 more weeks.
Yeah.
I kind of agree. I would rather just get it done versus, just getting it done for the deadline. I'd rather just get it done at the time.
So what do you guys think? The thing is, because if we turn it in and she has any feedback that we might have to change, she'll probably give it back to us relatively soon, I imagine. And then maybe we can just do it within the next week or 2, maybe? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to clean up the formatting on the outline, and then we need we need to do a run through, and then we can record it.
Yeah.
So I think we can do it in the next couple weeks.
Okay. Just let me know ahead of time because I will be going away the 23rd of June. So I'm not sure if you guys are okay with doing it before then. I'll have Wi-Fi, but I'll just be out of the country.
I mean, that's still like 3 weeks away.
Yeah, that's when I was looking at my calendar last night and I was just like, this is pretty close. I just wanted to see if you guys would be open to doing it before then.
What date did you say?
The 23rd of June. But I mean, even if you want to do it after that, in between, because I'll be back July 3rd. Even if you want to do it between then, if we could just set up a date in the next couple of weeks, just so I can figure out time zones and stuff like that, because that's a whole different ballgame in Europe. So.
Well, So I'm looking at a calendar right now. If we clean up the Google Doc and then talk about the outline and this next Thursday, and then the 15th, if we did a run through, then the 22nd, if that's the night before you leave, but if on the 22nd, we could record it that night and we could be done with it.
Yeah. Granted that we don't have to make any changes.
Yeah,
when she returns it out.
How soon could we get it done and get the outline in? Does everybody think? Because I think we need to get that in and get feedback before we keep moving forward.
Well, I'll be adding my portion of it probably tomorrow night and Saturday morning. And then I'll have almost all day on Saturday. And I was thinking about possibly just turning it in Saturday night. Just in the outline, if everybody can kind of
I was gonna say, like, I know I asked for the extension, but if we don't really need it, we could.
Yeah.
turn it in.
So for the cleaning up version of the outline, are we going to create a new Google Docs then? Or just keep the one we
I
have?
think we should, and I think
Yes.
basically that first page had it listed in the order. So all we really need to do is keep that first page and everyone insert your like main arguments, and we could probably turn that in this weekend.
Okay.
Okay.
It's supposed to be short and sweet. Like, I feel like we did add a lot to this.
And then we could keep the old Google Doc to go toward our actual like the transcript later.
Transcript. Yeah.
So do we want to all try to get our edits in on that by like Saturday night so we can turn it in?
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
Mhm.
Okay, so what do I need to do by Saturday night?
You are
What do you
Well, all we have to do on the first page is add a stater for the pro side, correct?
I'm gonna be the stater for the pro. Michaela will
Okay, so for the con side, we just need to add a stater spot on that first page, and then you would just add your like your part under that. So it would.
I would recommend Michaela, who's going to be the stater for the con side, to read
Yeah.
stuff that the anti-punishment
Mhm.
procedure people submitted and kind of summarize that, right?
Mhm.
And then,
Yeah, so Michaela, you can look at my stuff, and I did the proving for the anti side, so you could use a lot of my stuff for your kind of intro as the stater.
And then I did the anti or the attacker for the pro punishment.
Well, like, so basically the stater, like, since I'm pro punishment, I could define punishment and then they can argue it out or whatever. And then afterwards, I'm going to probably just be like, these are the points they made.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing for pros. You need to do the same thing for anti, basically. Does that make sense?
Yeah, from all the cutting out, I'll have to like actually like email and get everything because it's cutting out really bad.
Okay, yeah, we can do that too.
So somebody will make a new Google Doc with that, just copy that outline or that format that's there.
Yeah, Elizabeth, can you make that since you made that first page?
yeah, I can do that. And then I'll
Um,
add, I was going to add the table too, about the pro or positive punishment and negative punishment, and add it as like the visual.
Yeah, I like that.
Does the stater or anybody want to talk about any types of punishment that are typically used? Or does anybody want to, do we need to mention that? Because that's another visual. I just kind of thought of it.
I wonder if the stater for the pro punishment could do that.
Because I didn't talk about, yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking of visuals. I don't know.
Yeah, or I could do that
Just talking
too,
about-
the introduction part.
Just like as a visual, because
Just FYI too, I'll probably I have to have all this done because my brother's wedding's this weekend. So I have tomorrow night and Saturday and partly a Sunday. My weekend's booked. So I'm going to have everything hopefully done. At least I'll do my best to get it done tonight. I still have to take the exam too. So.
oh, has anybody else taken that? I haven't.
Yeah.
Nobody has?
I haven't taken.
Saturday, right?
Yeah,
she's
I was going to take it right after this so I can, you guys will let you know how it goes if you want.
I have had a really hard time keeping up with the readings.
like the 5 chapters in 1 week.
Yeah,
And the 2
so
articles.
much along
and
with the
the
other
PowerPoint.
classes.
I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Who has time to read all that? I mean, I actually tried to read a lot of it, but the articles, it's too much.
I've been scanning the articles and reading the book.
Yeah.
That's
'Cause
exactly
usually
what
the
I
articles aren't on the exams. Like in my other courses, they weren't.
I mean, I like reading articles, but it's like, come on.
We don't have time. We work too.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so do we all just want to try and clean up this outline
Mm-hmm.
doc? Try and get something so we can turn it in Saturday.
And then be done with it. And
So
then
I'll go
hopefully,
ahead and do the new Google Doc right as soon as I get off, so you can go ahead and keep adding your stuff in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you think for the outline we need to, do you think we each should put in our resources or under what we put, or should we make like one big resource list on the bottom?
That's a,
well, the girl I worked with had Rehack, and she said they got points taken off for not putting it actually under what they said. And said
Okay.
the reference page, that's what she told me. I don't know.
Well, why don't we just each be responsible for our own resources in our own spot?
yeah.
So everything for each of us will just be in that spot on that first page.
Yeah, because I did that. Because that's what she told me. She got points taken off because they did a reference page.
Okay.
That's what I hope that's right. But.
Okay.
Well, I think if we just go off that first page where it was all listed, where Elizabeth had like listed it in order, if we just all add our stuff to that, we'll be in good shape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then just kind of clean up add the points we made and make it more like bullet point
And put your
and main points and paragraph in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we all just went overboard with how much we wrote.
Yeah, well, I was worried about it not being enough content in it. You know, I really.
Yeah.
And
I
getting
think
points
bullet points will be good.
Okay. So Amanda, you're still okay with turning it in though once we get all this on there?
I'm sorry, what was that? Go
Sorry.
ahead. I'm sorry.
I said you're still okay with turning it in though once we all get it on there.
Yes. I'll turn it in Saturday night. And after I like copy and paste the Google Doc and like I said, make sure all the font's the same and what's italicized in the what is it? The references and everything like that. Because I feel like that didn't even carry over for me for the Google Doc either.
Right.
No.
Some of the like references like needing italicized. Then I can post it on discussion board just to let you guys see the like final.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, thank
And
you.
then
Yeah,
next Thursday next Thursday we could really start like doing a run through if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
And then we could get ready to record the final one, the following one, if we really wanted to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying we'll do a test run on the 8th, and then the 15th we'll do
The final, maybe.
the final.
I guess depending on feedback and how the 8th goes.
Yeah.
And then that'll leave us a whole nother week before you go out of the country. That'll leave us a whole nother week for if we need another week before we record.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to like kind of rush anybody or anything like that. It's not a big deal. Like I said, the places that I am staying have Wi-Fi, and I made sure of that.
I'd like to have it done anyways,
Yeah,
personally.
me too.
I
I'm good.
would.
All right, just as long as I'm not the only one. But
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
With the workload that the rest of this class has, I would love to get this out of the way.
Agreed. And I'm in another class too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
And we all work and
Yeah.
okay, so do you guys want to block off, like, just everyone plan on blocking off, like, more time next week then, since we're going to do an actual run through?
Yeah.
Yes, I can do that.
I'm good on Thursdays, so
And
Okay.
I didn't see a group log for this week.
I don't think we have to. I didn't see one either.
Okay.
It's just the outline.
The outline.
Okay, so I will still post this video to the discussion board just in case. I don't know, just in case she looks.
Well, I know
Okay.
we're free, so that's a good video.
So she can see us all complaining about the workload.
I wonder too if I should try to learn how to record for next week, since it looks like I have the responsibility to doing that and to like making sure that everybody's like the right time, no one's speaking too much or too little. So I'm wondering if I should do the recording next week.
Okay, if you go to module 1 of the course, it shows you how to do it step by step.
Okay.
It gives you to
I
a
can
link.
look
It's
at that.
super easy. Yeah, it's like 5 steps. But you just have to enter in everybody's email addresses, and it takes a long time. That's the only thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's just clean up our outline.
All right. Sounds good.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Bye.